down. What is going on, people? It's the Ooh Ladies First panel, and we are back, bitch. Did you miss us?
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
I know me too.
Yeah. Because
Listen,
what I'm imagining is all of our beautiful black viewers watching us and that one random ass white boy in the crowd talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Thank you. We appreciate y'all. Listen, we happy to be back. We happy to be back. It's the Ooh Ladies First
Hello.
panel. Okay, make sure y'all
Mhm.
follow us. Follow us wherever we at. Hold up, where is the contact page? Listen, I got a new Twitter. I'll tell y'all about it. Blue Rose Bondy. Somebody put it in a comments or whatever. In a chat. At Jami ThatsMe, at Bondy Blue, at Necey Dixon on Instagram though. Get at us. Okay, you guys.
Yes.
So I didn't know if I wanted to like ask y'all this question, but I
Mhm.
feel like it's low-key kind of necessary and it's on my spirit. So that's what I'm gonna ask. Okay.
Okay.
Can y'all tell me something specific about yourself that you really love and admire? And if you saw it in another person, be like, you go big.
Oh, I feel
That's a
like
great question,
it
Bonnie.
is. I feel like that's a question for me that would take time for me to really think about versus off the dome. I don't know.
It just,
The
for
out.
me,
Go ahead,
it,
Nisi.
it just happened for me where I like, it like clicked. That's so funny
Mhm.
that you said that. So I used to always be like, damn, I got my daddy head. Like I used to always be like, damn, like whatever. We got a big head, but she cute, face is giving, okay, whatever, right?
Mhm.
But once I had Snow and I saw her, like she has my face shape, but my husband's face.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, your face shape is like so cute. Her cheeks are out
She's
here.
too
She got the
cute.
chin pointing down. Like she got the face structure. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like she is me. So for me, that would be like my face shape. And it's funny because a lot of people do compliment me on that, the cheekbone. So that's what I would say.
This is true. This is true. Have you
Thank
thought
you.
about it yet,
I haven't. Can you
Jamie?
re-ask the what was the bring the question back again?
Okay. What is something about yourself that you absolutely love? And if you saw on another person, you'd be like, you go, bitch. And it's
Oh,
not, it doesn't just have to be a physical attribute, it can be
right.
something internal.
So two things did come to mind,
Okay,
and
two
they're
things.
so like so completely different. Um, one, the first thing that came to my mind was just the ability to just make people laugh, even when you're not trying. Just being like just a funny ass person, and people would tell me that for years. But I used to be like, "Girl, what the hell you talking about? I'm just being me." But as I continue to go into my career with YouTube and stuff, a lot I get a lot of feedback and stuff. So I think that's one of them, just being like a natural comedic, I guess you could say, a comedy person or whatever. And if I saw that on somebody else, like that's what's up, because you can always look at the brighter sides of things. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be so serious all the time. So that's one. And then I just think when I look at my life, it's just the perseverance. I would say perseverance for sure through like just everything, just constantly showing up and just continuing to grow. And I'm always happy. I'm always pleased with what I see. You know what I'm saying? So that's yeah. I'm gonna be thinking about that more. I think that's like a really good question though.
It's a
Cause I
great
feel like I
question.
don't really like, I feel like we just live life and we don't really check in with ourselves like that and like really think about ourselves on that level. So I think that's a really good question.
Or you
Okay,
be pressuring
cool.
yourself. I'd be like,
True.
you need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's like, okay. But if I was talking to one of my friends, I'd be like, girl,
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
why I said you gotta think about it like if it was somebody else. Because a lot of times you won't give yourself the same credit that you would give another person. The weirdest
Yeah.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
right.
For me, and this is like so funny because it's based off something somebody said to me recently. They said it's funny how you hold your pain close, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't let it stop you from doing anything. And I was just like, you know what? That is an
Yeah.
incredible attribute for a person to have because I feel like it makes me always have empathy for people. Also, I'm fearless. I'm jumping off the boat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm jumping off the boat. I'm whatever I need to do, that's what I'm gonna do. It'll work itself out. I
Yeah.
think, trusting myself is another thing, that I really appreciate about me.
Yeah.
And I'm cute or whatever. So that helps.
Mhm. Yeah, that it always
True.
helps,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Nah, but dead ass Necey,
Yeah.
Snow looks like a Cabbage Patch doll.
I know.
The
Mhm.
cutest little
Everybody sent me
Mhm.
that.
And now you see why I was like, I don't know. She looked like both of you. It's hard. I'm not
She
sure
has
which
my
one.
face shape,
Yes.
Ted's entire face.
Face.
Yes.
When
That's the
yeah,
way it
I have
goes.
to agree. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Because
a cutie pie.
she is. I feel like I kind of have that same type of thing where I think I have my dad's shaped face, but my mom's face.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do. Mhm.
Girl.
Definitely got
Yeah.
mama face.
And somehow it still look like my sister. Okay, all right. So thank you, Crystal Mabone, for the super chat. My boo Bondy introduced me to y'all, and I've been addicted ever since. Y'all are my safe space. I love y'all. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
Safe
We
space. I
appreciate
love that so
you.
much.
Listen, we all need
yeah,
one, okay? Because listen, you don't always have one
yeah.
in real life. Tina Marie Simpson, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate it. Okay, I think I might have missed that one from earlier, but thank you. It happened today, girl. All right. So let's go ahead and start. So first of all, let's get the serious shit out the way. Are y'all gonna vote? Dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, dun. Yes.
Yes, I'm voting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping I could vote early though.
Okay. Me too. I want to get it in and get it out. Like get it over with. I don't want to be in line with the rest of you niggas.
Okay.
I want to do
Period.
it and
I'm
get it
not gonna be
done.
in line me mugging with Chad.
I'm not.
And the people looking at
Um
me up and down and mad that I'm exercising my right to vote. I
Come on.
I
no.
don't want to see your MAGA shirt like, outside but not in because you're not supposed to do that.
Right.
Making everybody uncomfortable. We know how you guys like to break the rules. Especially when you're not the ones having to abide by them. Hilarity. So, just for measure, we're going to vote. But also, take a look at this very interesting plan called Project 2025. Listen, if any of these things that are highlighted might concern you, you should really consider if you want to sit this one out. So, number one, put Medicare on the path to privatization, meaning your broke ass may not be able to get any. Number two, repeal President Biden's Medicare drug price negotiation program. I'm sure that means allow Big Pharma to charge you whatever the fuck they like. Number three, threaten Medicaid coverage for hundreds of thousands of Americans, which means take away aid that is needed. Number four, and I'm only going to read a few of these. I'm not going to go through all of them. Number four, reverse the Biden administration student debt relief efforts because he was trying to relieve our debt and the Supreme Court would not allow him to do so. Shout out to that Supreme Court that has mostly now been made up of people that Trump appointed. Thank you so much for that. That's great. Number five, withdraw from the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Paris Climate Agreement. And I'm going to stop right there because, see, that's an issue for moi as someone that lives down here on the coast of Louisiana, where all of this heightened activity in the climate and in the weather, hurricanes, tornadoes, all of these things happen because, heating shit up. Y'all treat the earth bad. Y'all don't care about any of the
Mhm.
rules that they've put in place to make sure that you don't damage the earth. Y'all don't give a fuck about that. Y'all only care about y'all money. And it's like, you have money with no planet. What's going to happen? Oh my God, I don't get it. I wish you guys cared more. Either way, you can read the rest of that, screenshot it if you'd like, zoom in, do what you will,
Yeah.
Google it for God's sakes. But we're gonna do our due diligence here. We're gonna be fucking responsible, even though like this all stresses us out. We're gonna go ahead and do our part. Go
And
ahead, Jami.
I also don't think that this Project 2025 conversation is gonna go away. I think it's gonna be something that's gonna happen every election until they get a Republican in place because it's not even just Trump. Like how it looks like it's set up is that for any Republican that may take office, they're trying to set things up appropriately so that their the things that they're trying to achieve in Project 2025 is gonna go forth regardless of who's sitting in the position, i.e. similar to, when Trump came and he was president, he placed people into the Supreme Court to do whatever. And then, just like Bondy said, with the whole student loan situation, some things couldn't move forward because they already had people in place for that. So regardless of who the president is, not only should you take heed to what Project 2025 is talking about and how it's affecting you and your family, you shouldn't just vote for your president, even though this is a very important race that's coming up, but you also should look at all levels, especially the ones that are local to you that directly affect your community. So you might just want to think about that and know that the book not going to just stop if Biden gets back in office. They're going to represent it again, okay, until they get everything that they have in this 900 plus document outlined. Then they're going to keep pushing this agenda until they get what it is that they want. So you're going to continue to see this.
Absolutely. Run that. That was great. I agree with everything you said. That's why I'm voting. I don't care
Right.
if Biden don't make it another 4 years of life. I
God.
know I have to vote.
Listen, I told people I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck whether he sleep or not. If he sleep, that's less damage than this awake motherfucker over here. Okay, over there
Yeah.
just taking you can't tell me that his whole thing is I'm in a position where I can take a whole bunch of money and power and safety. I can take all of that from this seat. So that's why I want this seat, because people are going to be coming to me offering a lot for me as the president to help them with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think
Right.
people should think about that and be a little, care a little, just for a sec. You can go back to not giving a fuck after the election. Please help us out. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Now, we're gonna go over to something a little bit more, it's listen, we have to talk about it. And I'm sorry, to kind of bring it down, but listen, after we go down, it can only go up, okay? But y'all, rest in peace, rest in power to Kiki Jabar from Love and Marriage Huntsville. You guys, y'all know Kiki Jabar passed away this week. And we were all just shocked, first of all, at her passing, but also, honestly, I was shocked at the way it was put out. It was put out through a YouTuber, Miss Marcella, and this is no disrespect to her, but I don't think anybody should be putting out the passing of a family member via a YouTuber. I think that needs to be put out through somebody's private social media page in order for everyone to be able to believe it is coming from the family and not something that is just mess or could possibly be lies or anything like that. Because what we come to understand is that Wanda is the one that told Marcella what to say, and what she said wasn't exactly right. It was misleading, saying that Kiki was surrounded by family, when the truth of the matter is Kiki actually passed in her car due to carbon monoxide poisoning. They said the car wasn't on, so I'm very confused on how all of these things took place. But to be honest, okay, for a lot of us, considering what it seemed that Kiki was going through, you are trying to recover a drug habit, you're on methadone, you're trying to be on this reality show, you have a very tumultuous relationship with your cousin, and she shuns you and refuses to acknowledge you. And I don't know about y'all, but I could feel how angry and hurt Kiki was at those moments when Tisha refused to engage with her at all. Like, it's one thing to curse each other out and fight and all of that. It's a whole nother thing for them to act as if they're so above you that they can't even give you a response to anything. I think that once Kiki was kicked off the show, I think everything just kind of came crashing down. And I don't want to make any statements about, what happened and all of that, because I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But what I do know is I do feel like the writing was on the wall. It was all very sad. It's still all very sad. But from my viewpoint outside of that, I don't like how messy it continues to be. People were making videos about this lady passing away every fucking day, all day. And I felt like there was something about it that it was like, please stop. Like, just,
As fuck.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let her rest. It's been hard to believe that it's been that they happened this week. Because just the amount of content that I've seen put out, like, I would have assumed it's already been 2 weeks in my mind.
Yeah, you're right. I think, it was last week, right? The
Was it last?
ceremony. Yeah, her funeral was Monday.
Okay, so it's been almost 2 weeks. Okay, I
Okay,
was
my
like,
bad,
hold
my
on, what?
bad. Y'all,
All
time has been
right.
running together for me. I'm sorry.
Nah, I
It
get it.
is.
But either way, the point still stands. The amount of
Mhm,
content has been insane.
mhm,
Um, yeah, I really didn't want to say anything at all just because it's a very messy situation in terms of what we've seen on TV. When you think about the characters in this real life situation, when you think about Tisha, Marceau, Wanda, her kids, her husband, when you
mhm.
think about the fan base that they complain about, it's a lot, which we really don't know what led to the death, if it was an accident. We don't know anything, right? But I just wanted to kind of sit back and watch because there was a lot of confusion with the communications that went out whenever they announced her passing. So that for one was enough for me to be like, okay, let me just sit back. And then on top of that, let me sit back and not say anything that could possibly impact the people that, um, who actually had her in their lives.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I'll just say rest in peace to Kiki. I think this is a situation that we probably not gonna hear them speak on,
Mhm.
um, in a vulnerable way, and it's kind of something where I feel like we just gonna have to let it rest. So, yeah,
I
that's
agree. Definitely rest in peace to Kiki. Sending condolences to primarily to her husband and to her children. It's a very, I mean, that's it was just sad and very shocking and surprised because I feel like we watch reality TV and I can't recall the last time we watched TV and the person passed away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that was
a
like
big
on the
and.
show and then yeah,
That's the only
I
one I
think
could think
so.
about.
Yeah. I couldn't think. I'm like, "Dang, I don't think we've had that like in a while." So it was just really shocking. And then for the news to come from so many different directions, I just feel like if you know that you've been in turmoil with the person that's your relative or whatever, and y'all not that close, I don't think you have a right in my personal to announce their passing
Agreed.
or to give an official statement. Okay, it's one
Agreed.
thing I guess if you probably shared it with a friend or something, but it's another thing when you're trying to provide a official statement about somebody's death that you was just talking about or whatever. I felt like that should have came from her husband and however he wanted to release it. The
Mhm.
details are they are skeptical, and I think people are going to continue to wonder what really happened. But at the end of the day, we know what has happened is that Miss Kiki's not returning. So we do have to, let it pass, unfortunately. And I kind of feel like it ain't really none of our business for real. But because she was a part
No.
of the show, some part we do kind of feel like, well, what happened? Because it was so sudden, like what was going on. But it's an unfortunate situation. I wonder if
Absolutely.
how it's gonna like if it did have anything to do with the show, as the uncle was mentioning, and the things that happened with the show. I wonder how that's gonna like. How are the Scots gonna move forward?
I
You
think
know.
that's a very shallow point.
Hmm.
If I had to guess, and this ain't like I'm very serious when I say this. I'm not trying to be shady. If the rest of the family is anything like Wanda, my concern would be that they will try to weaponize what they've seen on this show to make other people feel responsible for the things that she was going through prior to the show. So,
Mm-hmm.
I just think that I think she was around a lot of interesting people. And in this situation, it's been a lot of mess. It's gonna continue to be mess. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel some type of way from the jump. Like, oh, here it go. Because for one, the one thing they like to talk about, when I say they, I'm talking about people on the show. Because I seen somebody say that the millimeters was like the sixth cast member, and it was because they talk about the people off the show, the YouTubers, the bloggers all the time. I thought about that, but my next concern was how is the family gonna use this to um fight
Get
Tisha?
closer. Oh, to
To
fight
get
Tisha.
closer. Yeah, to make her feel responsible for
Oh,
or worse for things that happen on the show. And the thing to me is like the biggest enemy is not always the fans of the show. Sometimes it's the
yeah.
people in your own family if your family is anything like Wanda. So it's gonna be a lot of turmoil within that family. And it's not going to come from the fans. It's going to come from how the family decides to utilize what they've seen on TV.
Yeah, I would hope they wouldn't try to put all of that off on T-shirt or anything. My thing with wondering how
Or
they,
Mel
yeah, or male, or just
with
really
that final
anybody.
scene.
Yeah, or anybody. It's more so about, like, when I brought up the Scots, I'm more so just wondering, like, are they going to be quicker to resolve issues or something? Like, maybe they may take a different approach or something like that. I don't know. Or even, like, not even have a family on the show, because when you get other viewers and different, social media people involved, all these different narratives and stuff can get twisted and turned, and then you got your Wandas that's all on social media. And I mean, the situation can just grow. So they may try and steer away from having any family on the show moving forward.
I
Cut
call
back
it a
on that.
day. I don't know. If I was them, I call it a day. But I think
It
they
needs
got a
to
couple
be
houses that need to be finished being built.
probably
Yeah.
couple of little mall areas that need to be built. Have the walls come and put in and everything. That the HVAC system and all. So with that being said, we can go ahead and move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's literally the only show that's on. Like, I don't know, besides Love Island, of course. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, we ain't really watching nothing else out here.
True that.
So, girl, first of all, let's start with the fact that Stormy and Martell both now have a record for harassing communications. And I feel like they're trying to conflate the issue to make it seem like it's the same thing.
It's
Like
common.
Martell is
Mhm.
not, like it's common, but also that like Martell isn't as bad. He really couldn't, I ain't really do nothing at all. And this happened. And I'm like, say, bruh, like revenge porn and you threatening a woman that rolled up on your property is two different things to me.
Mhm.
And to ignore that, it kind of just makes me look at Stormy again, like, why don't you leave Mel alone, girl? Like, what
It
what is
pissed me the
Mel
fuck
doing?
off.
What is Mel doing to you at this point? Like, the millimeters are their own individuals, y'all. I know y'all on the
Mhm.
show, y'all love to conflate it as if Mel is telling people to do shit, but I promise y'all,
Mhm.
this is literally the result of how y'all gang up on Mel. People do not like to watch one person get ganged up on over and over again. And to me, I
Mhm.
feel like they've consistently done that on this show. Production has done that to her, and the people on the cast has done that to her, where they decide they're going to have this united front to make her look like the bad guy so that they can protect the men from anybody finding out whatever the fuck's going on for real on the show. To me. So I feel like a lot of
Mhm.
the time the fans are responding in like to seeing that. Like, damn. Like, enough is enough. We gonna get you motherfuckers back on the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the old people be like upset. So I think that's really more so why people go after the people on the show. But also that's social media for you. That's reality show social media fodder for you. People get too into it all the time. This is how it goes.
Mhm.
So I feel like essentially they make Mel a scapegoat even in that. And that's exhausting as well. Because it's like, yes, the millimeters do a lot. But also some of these people are just,
Crazy.
yeah, like what y'all want her to do? I don't know. But yeah,
What
what y'all
got
think about
me?
Stormy? Go ahead.
Well, I felt like I didn't even catch that, how they were trying to make it until you pointed it out just now. And I'm like, okay, got you now. As far as trying to make it seem like, oh, it's not that big of a deal type
Oh,
harassing
she did.
communication. Anybody can just go down and just file a report type situation. But Martell, we know why you got it. You were so reluctant to admit what was going on. Okay. But yours is clear as day. When it came to Stormy though, I did feel like that's messed up. Like, how you get to come to somebody's property because all over your fave on a television show. I feel like that's where y'all be going too far, child. Okay. Going down to that lady's facility, trying to get all in her business, you filming it at the same time. I said, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like they should be glad that Stormy didn't take it further after the charges got dismissed, because it is giving that you was trespassing. So you should be glad that the charges got dismissed and that she didn't turn around and try and sue your ass for anything that her attorney may have felt she would have been liable for suing you for. Because I felt like that person crossed, like, I would never want somebody to come on my property all because you don't like whatever happened with a situation that has absolutely nothing to do with you to harass me, and then therefore go down and put charges on me because I told you to get the fuck off my property. I think that's crazy. So I feel like they should consider themselves lucky that Stormy didn't turn around and try and sue their ass, or even see if she could have put charges on them.
You
Taking it too
know,
far.
I'm glad you said that. I was in my in my broadcast channel on Instagram when I was asking everybody what they thought about the harassing communication charge with Stormy, because to
Mhm.
me, I was like, something about this don't sound right. But apparently somebody told me that the lady just went to her warehouse and she really did, go off, and Stormy didn't do nothing. But I'm gonna tell you where my mind initially went. Wasn't it like 2 months ago that we was on live and I don't know, was we on live or was we backstage? Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna
I
say
don't
it.
know.
Anyway, anyway, we was on live. And don't y'all remember allegedly Stormy had been this is alleged. The streets were saying that Stormy didn't like something that a YouTuber said about her and released her another YouTuber's information.
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that.
we were talking
Yeah,
about Queen
yeah.
Sheba. Yeah, we
Mhm.
talked
Yes.
I
about
remember
that.
that.
Okay, so my mind was going there because to me that's some like very plotty, I'ma get your ass type shit. So
Mhm.
I'm like, maybe the crazy ass fan did show up to her warehouse, but did anything happen afterwards to warrant her to be shaking
And
in
see,
her
that's what I
boots
was
because
thinking.
Stormy retaliated?
Yes,
Maybe.
that's
So
what
to
I was
me,
thinking.
you was thinking
Hold
that
up,
too?
what?
Yeah.
I'm confusion. Say that
That Stormy
again.
did
Okay.
something to her
Yeah,
after the fact. That's why she got like threatened her after the fact. Not at
right.
the warehouse, not when it happened, but after the fact.
Oh, after
Something
the
Like,
fact.
he did something after the
After
fact
the
for this
fact.
woman to be in fear, which I'm not saying Stormy's wrong. If this lady really came up to you on some crazy shit and you just came up to her on some crazier shit, you might have done some shit that was illegal. So maybe that's why you got the charge and you dumbing yourself down to have a, kumbaya ass moment with Martell, and
Mhm.
mhm.
he did something completely different. So I'm like, I feel like two things can be true. The fan could be crazy as fuck, but you also could have done something that was a harassing communication.
But it
Mhm.
also got dismissed, unlike Martell's charge. So then
Well,
how
it
much
probably
was
got
actually
dismissed.
done?
I think it got dismissed because two things are true. The fan was crazy as fuck and showed up to her place first. So
Right.
the
And I
judge
think they
probably threw it
recorded
out.
it. I didn't
Yeah.
see it, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah. Whoever the lady who was doing it, the YouTuber who was doing it, she was recording it as it was happening.
that's where
No,
she
Um,
may
yeah,
have
and
messed
I
up.
wanted to clarify. Yeah, Queen Sheba has nothing to do with this. But
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
no, no,
telling,
no.
no,
Mm-mm.
she has nothing to do with this. But what I'm saying is that situation, if the rumors are true that Stormy retaliated against this YouTuber in this way, that tells me that she has the spirit of get back. I'm gonna get your ass back. So potentially that's what she could have done to the crazy fan who is not Queen Sheba, who showed up to her warehouse. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
girl, I understood exactly what you were saying. I was reading those comments like, why are they confused about this? She's
Yeah.
not saying those were the same things. She's
Yeah, they're
saying that's a
not.
signifier that Stormy goes to
Of
hell on people.
character. Yeah.
Hello, it's a character.
Yeah.
This is a pattern of behavior we are picking up. That's all. And listen, we don't know. We don't know because some people are saying, "Oh, she wasn't trespassing." And I'm like, "Listen, y'all, it may not have technically been trespassing, but a nigga standing across the street from your house, staring at your house, may not be trespassing. But if that shit not a problem, I know something. Okay, like I'm just saying, and this wasn't that situation, but that's how I imagine it is. That's still creepy for somebody to roll up on you like that because of the show, talking shit to you with a camera in your face. That's still weird, y'all. I don't know why y'all think that that's like y'all, these people are not the fucking news. Like there was no need, you know what I'm saying? Like we're reporting live. We're pulling up. We want to see if it's real. We want to see what's going on out here.
That's funny.
I'm not agreeing with either side, y'all. I'm just saying people on YouTube do way too fucking much for shit that don't matter that much. Like
And
that's
that's why I appreciate you mentioning that and just highlighting how crazy that sounds, because that's where the fans, when they don't like a person based on someone else, that's where they lean into that space of whatever wrong happened to them is justified. And that it's like you don't have to like a person for it to not make sense or for something to be wrong. Like that's okay. You don't have to like her, but also acknowledge that situation, they just wasn't right. It's just what it is. I don't think she should have got a charge. I guess the judge didn't either, which is why it was dismissed. But what's up, Scotty?
hold up. Somebody that said that she said she was just going to buy some product. Y'all, you just stop. That's a lie. Like that's
You
cap like
cannot
a
buy
motherfucker.
product at that lady warehouse.
That's cap like a
Y'all, it's
motherfucker.
messy.
Cut it out. Y'all know that that's not true. Please stop, y'all. I can't with y'all. Anyway, moving on from that. There are other things from Love and Marriage Huntsville to discuss besides that. I did want to discuss what y'all think about Martell and Trisha because I think them people fucked. I don't care what neither one of them talking about.
I 1000% believe that. And I also 1000% believe that y'all can let Trisha exit the show. The fact that her husband was coming onto the show and had more personality in a trailer than she has had the entire time on this show,
Didn't you know?
I do not care to see it
Now you
again.
would
But I
miss the
said,
muscle.
hurry up and bring him, okay? Because that's the energy that we need. But as far as her and Martell, they definitely got it in. Something
absolutely.
definitely happened, and it's just weird the downplaying of it all. I'm like, why you ain't want to admit that? Did it happen during the time frame that you was married to Melody, and you
That's
don't
what
want
it
to?
sounded like.
It definitely sounds like that. He don't want to add nobody else to what he was over there
Because
doing.
he already
Like,
looked bad, and y'all know he keep trying to make it seem like Mel a whore, so that he can, not
feel
look so bad.
justified.
Yes, but no,
God.
sir. No, sir. We definitely see it as y'all had smashed. And Trisha, I'm tired of you and your tight shoulders. Bitch, what is you hiding? Why is your shoulders so tight? Why you always look cold? Like you should be hot bodied at this point, the way you throwing that puss and working out. You working out throwing puss and working out. And you mean to tell me you in here cold all the time? Every time we see she's sitting in a scene like this. I hate it. I hate
I think
it.
she uncomfortable on camera, and I'm just trying to figure out whose idea was this. Is it the connection with Martell, and y'all wanted to make it messier, but
Mm-hmm.
we didn't. She
We
don't
can't
need to
get Ariana
return.
on here, so we gonna get somebody he cheated on Mel with on here. Like we gonna get somebody he cheated on Mel with on here, bro.
That's crazy.
That's what I feel like, and I also feel like why you
Necey
doing tight
stupid.
teeth like that, Necey? She be tight teeth like
Shit.
when DC's out this bitch.
She never relaxes.
No,
Mm.
is your mic on? Because we can't hear you. We can just see you doing that. That shit is hilarious.
We can't hear you.
We cannot hear you, but we can see. That shit was funny. We still can't hear.
Yeah. So I don't know,
Start
Miss
out. Start it
Trish.
over. Get out and come back in because we can't hear nothing. Jump
Yeah.
in,
I don't
jump
know
out.
what's going on.
Introduce yourself. We don't know what's going on. All right, hold up. So, Martell and Trisha, tight tea. Why is everybody trying to sell Sonny and Moses a house?
Why is Sonny and Moses trying to move to Huntsville to be on this show?
Because St. Louis is tough. Because St. Louis is it's the street.
Yes, Bondy.
Like
Yes.
it's
And I'm
fast,
like,
right?
y'all act like St. Louis the only struggle place in America. I am confused. Like, what the fuck going on?
They be talking about St. Louis so bad, goddamn. I was just like, Lord, don't nobody live in St. Louis, son. This out here is
And
bad.
then why Moses, when Kimmy was asking like what he do, he over there talking about he owns homes, but she was like, oh, real estate investment. I'm like, he don't know that he invested in real estate. It was something about the conversation
That's what.
where
Can you hear me?
Yes.
yeah, we can,
Okay. Yep, that's what he said, Jami. That's what he said.
I was
You-
like, do you not know what you do for a living? Because it's giving very, very weird.
It's giving
Like,
you
do
He
you
the
know?
said, I
answers
was
from
owning
Sonny.
homes since I was 19, but you was locked up for a total of 15 years. You wasn't doing real estate
Both houses.
investment. You ended
Do you
up
hear
getting
me?
your granny house when she passed, and I don't know about the other ones. I'm like, I have no idea. I can't trust a man that puts T at the end of the scene to tell me he done did some real estate investment.
He
No
said
shade.
synced.
Yeah, repeatedly. One of the things I also didn't like about this scene, y'all, I don't know why Kimmy irks I know. Let me quit playing. Kimmy
Nah,
irks
go
the fuck
ahead.
out of me, period.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know why it has changed so much. Like it was a complete flip. But in this scene, she acted like they needed permission from Destiny to get a house in Huntsville. And it's like, not y'all got me agreeing with this, pick me. Like, I would assume that Sonny is a pick me, but y'all, that's her fucking husband. So I'm just like, if she decides that she wants to move to Huntsville, why do they have to explain that it would make Destiny feel worse. And then at the end of the conversation, not only Kimmy, but Maurice felt like he had to understand why they were moving so fast to then have the okay, like, okay, I'm cool with y'all's relationship. He been through a lot of shit. So that's why, they move fast. They don't need y'all's approval. And then Kimmy trying to sell them a house. What?
Yeah.
Listen, in competition with Chris. Like, she don't give a fuck. Because they talk about how Chris was trying to sell out. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. But I said it before and I'll say it again. In real life, I feel like I like Destiny. On this show, man, fuck Destiny. Like, bitch, like at the end of the day, you mad at Chris because you was squatting in your ex-husband's house when you should have been gone, but instead you was in there. So now the catfish YouTube is down there with fucking magnifying glass going through your drawers and shit. Like, and you mad at Chris.
Did you say catfish? Shit. Damn.
It took me a minute. But I'm
okay. So because I was
sorry,
like,
I'm sorry. I ain't shit right now. I've been drinking. I'm going through a lot right now, y'all. My life fucked up, y'all. Please, don't charge it to my head and not my heart. Here, I'm fucked up right now. But as I said, okay, he down there with his magnifying glass, going through her drawers and finding sex toys and shit. Destiny was embarrassed. Chris, yeah, you should have kept that nigga from going through her shit as a friend. But also, why was you squatting in that nigga house? Take responsibility for yourself at some point. Destiny, like Destiny don't ever take responsibility for herself.
I'm gonna give her a pass though.
Why?
Portia still squatting in Simon's.
Ooh.
Portia still squatting in Simon's house.
But wait, did he put it up for sale? And did they do the divorce shit? And they
doing the divorce stuff, but they
not
ain't
all the way
do the
yet.
sale. No,
Not
they not.
exactly.
They not all the
So
way. They not.
We not all the way yet. So she
They
still
not.
legally can be there.
I'm with Destiny. I'm not leaving till I get a little piece of coin off this house. You know I ain't got shit to my name.
Well,
and
now
I barely got some with this show.
Now you got the catfish burglar with his fingers going all through your panties and shit.
You said Chris should kept that nigga out the house. But I completely forgot that Chris was there.
He was. And really wasn't even there for real. He was there, but the dude was like,
Say, how you doing?
Y'all, please don't send AL after me. It's just jokes, bro. I don't feel like going through it with y'all. Okay, please. I'm just joking. I've been drinking a little bit. I need to drink some more. Anyway.
But I don't think nobody need to get Destiny's permission. I don't even know. I think Martell even brought that up. And I'm like, get y'all money. She gonna get her money.
It's Martell constantly trying to make it seem like everybody doing what he was doing. No, sir. No.
And I'm like, can we move past this?
Please let him go.
No, that's why I was so fucking irked when Stormy tried to normalize the shit that Martell was doing just because she got the same charge.
I see your point because as I'm thinking about it, it's like we didn't even know. Like it didn't even come out on the blogs that Stormy had the harassment charge. So we really could have continued to film and not know anything about. Really, I just found out about it when I saw the show.
Did. Okay, it wasn't that big though. Didn't nobody really give a fuck. Didn't nobody care about it.
And they could have not mentioned it and kept pushing. But I think what Bondy mentioned, what y'all saying is right. Yeah, they try to normalize it. I don't know why he does that, but whatever.
We know why he do it because he's a narcissist that can't stand for people to see him as the asshole he really is. He wants to be able to make everybody think he's the good guy. Y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying?
She the one who said, was it Stormy or was it somebody else? Somebody was like, yeah, Martell, they try to make it was Stormy. They try to make it seem they be trying to play you. They make it seem like you ain't handling your business with the building stuff.
Yes, she's
like, she said it.
Yes, she did. I remember
in that
shit.
scene. Stormy
was bigging
validated Martell in every way possible. She
but he's
about
only
the
showing
harassment charge.
house though.
She talked about the harassment charge. She talked about
in how many
building
years?
houses. She talked about it was multiple. She talked about Mel.
It's only been
not
one.
having
Jamie.
no friends.
You ain't missed shit. It's only been one.
I'm like, what the fuck I been at?
No, but really, she validated him in every single way, which is like the most toxic thing you can do to somebody who's actually a narcissist. But she did that to stroke her own fucking ego. And to me, that was when I was like, wow, I see you.
Her and Betty. Her and Betty. Betty definitely is that type of personality, which is why she knows how, you know what I'm saying? She knew how to validate that shit. Cause she know,
Mm.
that's so I hate that shit, man. That's grimy
Betty's
as fuck.
ruthless. Betty is ruthless.
She another catfish burglar looking ass motherfucker. I don't know why everybody look like a catfish be, low key evil.
Mm-mm.
Think about it. Uncle Luke. Who else? Who else looks like a catfish, y'all? Name some other people. Y'all know we didn't talk about this recently.
Not the mamas. Body pipe down before you get a communication to your
What?
inbox.
I
You
don't
say,
read it anyway. I don't.
no, you know who communication from
Who?
Stormy.
For a story? Hey, girl, good luck.
Yeah.
Good
So
luck
you
getting
get
into my DMs because like they're listen. They're ridiculous. I wouldn't see
Not
it
that
even if you did.
ridiculous.
I wouldn't see it
you
even
like
if you did. Good
mm-mm.
luck. Okay, good luck getting in there. I said what the fuck I said. All right.
Oh,
I don't think
comment.
Stormy like that lady. I don't think Stormy like her mama. Who?
Al
What?
Reynolds.
Al Reynolds.
That's a
He
that's
is a
that
catfish. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. He a catfish looking ass nigga too. Uh-huh. Yes. Absolutely. They just look like just mean.
Shit.
Just mean. You know who else kind of looked like a catfish? And I just realized it, Busta Rhymes. When I saw him on stage, talking
Did
about
he
y'all
cuss
better
them
get
folks
up.
out?
Y'all better get up. I ain't never had nobody sitting down during my fucking shows. Get up. Whoa,
Cuss the
nigga.
folks out. What? That was at the Essence Fest.
Oh, yes, it was at the Essence Fest. I just saw that comment in a private chat. Y'all leave
very
me
much.
alone.
Mm.
Phase on love. That was a good one. Shannon Sharp is teetering, but the way Shannon Sharp and Miss Netta look just the way them motherfuckers look like they're
Bet.
brothers. I can't unsee it now.
Oh, you said they're brothers.
Well, what else would they be? Brother. Oh, them motherfuckers brother
You
and
didn't say
sister.
brother.
I can't.
You know what? This is what I'm talking about. This is a true talent, okay? Because the same way that you have identified certain personality traits with the facial features of the catfish faces,
Mhm.
this is what I be trying to say when I be talking about the eyebrows.
It
You
This
is.
did.
just validated everything for
I'm
me.
glad you said
And I
that.
think you said something about the eyes one time too. Like the shape of
Definitely,
a
yes,
person's eyes.
the
You can
whites of
tell
the
Yeah.
by the shape of
eyes.
their eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell by the way they draw on their eyebrows
I'm glad you
who you
said
fucking with.
that. Cause you know
Mm.
whose eyebrows make us question all of their life choices. Hold up, let me see. Cause we going in whatever order I feel like going in, I guess. Okay,
I
those
knew you was gonna
eyebrows
say
right
that.
there. Those eyebrows
I
right
knew you
there.
was gonna say that.
Oh.
She
Now,
had them
y'all,
together for a little bit when she got the eyebrow transplant.
what you think now?
Right now is giving delusional. Look, is giving delusional.
Did y'all see her on Club Shay Shay?
I have
I
not
didn't.
watched yet.
She basically was just saying she was a thug back in the day. She was breaking chairs over hoes' backs and she was bout it. And they was hating on her because she was a pretty actress. So she had to homeschool. It was funny to me how Shannon did not argue. And it may have been because of Amanda's interview, but when Amanda Seales talked about being mistreated by white teachers in middle school, he wanted to argue with her. But when Megan Good said the shit, he ain't have nothing to say. He was just like, oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
And
he
just let
trying to
her move
improve.
on. Oh, child, listen, he hoping that he could get in the line of men that Megan says had sex with her. Because y'all know I don't think Shannon's straight, but that's a conversation for another time. So, whatever. Anyway, she said a lot, but basically I felt like it was a lot of God led me to protect Jonathan and to do what I'm doing. And none of my friends said that I should do it, but I'm doing it. And so when we say that none of the friends said, bitch, all your friends told you, don't do it, Megan. Don't do it. And I feel like this right here can let us know that Michael Ealy might have been one of those people that was like, don't do it, Megan. Don't do it. Okay. So listen. when I first talked about this, I told y'all that I felt like people was being messy, and Michael and Jonathan had already probably talked by the time he came and hugged Megan. They even said it in the caption of the original post that they were inside talking. So it wouldn't make sense for him to come up and dap Jonathan off again if they had already spoken to each other.
Mhm.
But as this clip continues on, I feel like what I am seeing here is Jonathan making a recognition that too much is going on between them, but he's not going to be mad at Michael. And look at her. She's looking at him and he's looking everywhere but at her. You see? Looking everywhere but at her.
I saw
And
that.
and then we're about to take the picture. Look, she waiting on him to move his glasses so he can put his arm around her. And look what he does. And you see how she looked at him, licked her lips, and because she realized he wasn't about to put his arm around her. He got that little boot in his mouth that he be having. And also the way Michael came up and scooped her, it was given. I don't give a fuck
Can you
how you
zoom in?
feel. I can't. Damn.
I was wondering if you could zoom, like, yeah.
Trying to see.
Because everything you called out, I watched it about 5 times. I was zooming in on my phone, looking at Jonathan facial reaction and looking at Meg. She kept looking up at him, but then wanted to draw him closer to her to make him feel better, like come closer to me, so
Yes.
Michael isn't the closest to me, so you don't feel like I just did too much.
Yes.
Bondy, I'm
And
about
she
to send you a link. I'll send it to the chat so you can blow it up.
Okay,
if
thank
wanna.
you.
she kept looking for his validation and he would not give it to her because he was like, you got me out here looking stupid as fuck.
Basically, that's and you know that's how controlling niggas be, right? They'll be like, "Oh, this bitch trying to make me look bad. Oh, all right,
Mhm.
I'm definitely gonna we
Got
gonna
me
have
out
a
here looking like a
conversation."
simp.
She know they already think I'm out. They
Yep.
already talking bad about me like I'm a goddamn slave. Okay, hold up.
And I wonder, I am wondering. So did they all could they have had an issue prior to this? Or is he mad about this hug?
Hold up. What
I
the
think
hell
he
is
mad
this
about the
happening?
hug.
There we go.
Because I mean,
Okay.
when he didn't release that arm, I was like, damn, what he got in his arm that he just not gonna release it?
And
Well,
also
I
just
don't
the
know.
way he's consistently trying not to look at them. If he
yes.
really didn't have an issue, then he would be looking at them.
Look at the
He look,
smirk on his
yeah,
face too.
yeah,
In
like,
disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
and look how she looking at him, and he not look. She was smiling at him, and he was everywhere but at her. All of that shit gives avoidance. And look, she waiting on him.
I don't even think he put anything in the fucking bag. I think
He
he
put
was
a
just
phone in
tussling.
there. He put a phone in there, but I still feel like it was just to busy himself.
Yeah.
Oh
Look, they
my.
hug, and look, to
Michael looked
me,
like he's so happy to be there.
it was the pickup and how long the hug was, because it was how long you gonna hug him. That's why he was looking down. By the time I look up, this hug better be over. Oh, it's not. Look, it's still. Oh, it's not. It better be over. It's still
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on. It's still.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all still touching? Oh, all right. Okay. And she's like, oh, look, and he's like, bitch, we're gonna have a conversation later.
She made a fake smile, pursing her lips together at him,
It looked like
and
he
he
mad
never
or
made eye
pissed.
contact.
Nope. And never put his arm around her, and her looking around.
I will say this. I hate that he got the case that he got and the verdict that he ended up getting and her deciding to be in the relationship with him, because the way they finna start ripping them apart like they always do on the red carpet and tearing them up with this moment. I mean, just like a moment like this is so unfortunate. It's
I,
sad.
I feel like it's their fault though.
Oh yeah.
Because why the fuck are y'all doing all of this? They have been doing the most in the past couple of weeks in a way that they didn't before. And that's really unnecessary.
I think they've been doing that since they got together. I think they have been doing the most
You
since
know, she
then.
was stomping through the courthouse, but it
Purposely.
wasn't like talk. They weren't talking as far as
But
I
remember when the photos leaked of them, like, why we know y'all on the plane, y'all getting off the plane, then y'all going to get some
Oh yeah.
food. It's like y'all could have kept it to y'all self. Y'all finna get ate
Did y'all
up.
peep how she for me it felt like she confirmed that she was the Cleopatra in those court documents.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because they asked how they got together, and she was
And
like,
she
I don't
said,
want
I
to.
won't go
I'm
there.
not getting into that, baby.
And that's because you was his friend, in my opinion, when he was with this white woman. She saw the text messages. They fell out. You found it as the opportune moment to step out as his woman because you was already texting him on something friendly. And that's probably what him and old girl was fighting about.
Absolutely. And it's like, why did y'all leak the info? Was that, because now they got me looking back. Like, okay. Now they got me looking back at the situation. When we start seeing photos and links of them together, was y'all releasing this to sock it to old white girl? Or was y'all releasing this to show that he got somebody by his side that's Megan?
I think it was
both.
And the black one.
It was both.
It was both. Because honestly, we know for a fact that him being with a black woman was going to smooth over his image with him and that white girl. Because there were so many black women who were saying, what? This not our fight, y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with us, y'all. Because he was with a white woman. So if he hitting on her, beating on her, that ain't got nothing to do with us. So we stay out of it. But we also don't show any support his way or the white woman's way. That's how most people was feeling. So I think, well, most black women, and we know how this go. If you are a black actor in Hollywood and you haven't made it to white people land yet, if you haven't made it to Chris Rock land yet, then you have to still be good in the eyes of black women, because that's how you're gonna pay for box office. Black women put butts in seats. That's just what it does. So for me, I think that they felt like in order for him to smooth it over, get him with another famous black woman, show her dedication to him, which will make all of the other black women just say, oh, this is just a crazy white girl. He's not really like that. We should support him, because if Megan likes him, then we have to like him too. Like it's a thing like that. So I think that's what the overall point was. But I also think Megan seems to be the type of woman who would really think that God put this man in her path so that she can try to kill him.
Fix him.
Yes, just like in this new movie that she's in, that Tyler Perry didn't paid her good money to be in. The Divorce in Black that's on Amazon Prime right now, girl. I gotta go finish watching it. That's absolutely what was going on with her and Corey Hardrick in that movie.
That's every bit of what she said, was that, what she say? She go to the beat of her own drum, and God was telling her that they were supposed to be together and she didn't care what nobody had to say. I think she got like a young, rebellious ass spirit. Like when she said that to me, it was like, kind of sound like you just don't want shit to be easy. Because why do you think God would tell you to go and protect this man?
Girl, when I tell you it's so many women,
I have no words.
they think that's what their goddess energy is meant for them to do. Their goddess energy means they're here on earth in order to soothe some man who is deserving, because he's good on one part, but he's just really bad on another.
But let's entertain the thought that that's what God told you. How do you know God wanted you in a relationship with that person that you're supposed to help through whatever they're going through or whatever? Like y'all could have just been cool like y'all was when we know that y'all was messing around with each other. That wouldn't have been known to us. And you could have went on about your merry way. And you wouldn't have to worry about these questions and interviews where you'll say, I'm not going to get into all of that. So, girl, I guess, honey, we guess.
If you like it, I love it.
That's what it's giving.
Oh, you muted, Bondy.
The eyebrows are telling us the story, though. That's all. That's all the point we're trying to make is.
Y'all know she had an eyebrow transplant, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she had the tattoos first, right?
I think when she was young, she had done them way too thin back then.
Yeah. Then she got the hair graft from her hair, putting it back so the actual hair would grow in her eyebrows. But now it look like she just got them tattooed on again.
Well, as long as she's happy with that man and those eyebrows, we wish her the best. We're gonna do a quick little like the video, and then we're gonna come back with more with the Ooh Ladies First panel, people. Okay, I was gonna let that be rock. Do you hear me? It's 1,200 people in the room. Y'all better like this video. So y'all, Real Housewives of Potomac news. Real Housewives of Potomac news. Kiana and Zebra, aka Muppet Baby Sesame Street, are suing each other for dear God. Y'all know they got into an altercation while filming Real Housewives of Potomac. Deborah came towards Candace on some bullshit, threw a glass in Kiarna's face, bust her shit, and so Kiarna beat her ass. That's basically what went down. It's on video. Y'all could go see it. Okay. But now Kiarna is suing Zabarah, I believe, like $10,000. And Deborah is suing for between, I think, counter suing for between 1 and 3 million. And Deborah and her lawyer are saying that Kiarna made the whole thing up and that she is the one that actually orchestrated this fight. And I'm like, girl. This was you and Ashley from the very beginning. You was dressed like you was there to start some shit, and nobody was paying attention to you until you came up throwing shit and swinging and doing whatever you were doing. Nobody was paying attention to you. You was all the way in the back of the room and you walked over to them people. So how are you going to act like Kiarna was the one that had planned it? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
But I'm trying to understand. Do y'all really think they're about to get even $1 million? Girl.
Absolutely not. Honestly, I feel like Kiarna jumped out there with I wasn't expecting that 10 million. That amount that she jumped out there with.
That was wild.
I'm like, whoa, that's a whole lot. But I do think that she should get something. You know, she definitely got hit in the head. She had to go to I feel like at minimum her medical bills should definitely be covered, because this was an incident that was created by you, Miss Deborah, and then you came to a filmed event and you came with the intentions of assaulting one cast member, got in the face of another, and then had a full-on fight with somebody else that was a part of the cast. Like, I don't see you winning that case when you came there with intentions of starting some stuff, and you came you got what you came there for, and it's just really that simple. So, but you suing for 7 million, girl, get the hell out of here. Absolutely not. I do think they're gonna throw it out though. Ultimately, I do.
You don't think Kiarna go get nothing?
Well, I will hope that she gets the medical, but I don't know.
I think she will. Initially, I was thinking they would throw it out like they did Monique and Candace, but I think because Kiarna actually was physically, she had to get stitches or something.
Yeah.
And then, all the women spoke about it, like spoke against her on the show. It just was handled differently. I think that she probably will get something from it. Also, being that I don't even think Deborah was like a part of cast that day. She was just there. She was just there just to be there, and you like brought yourself on the scene. So for that reason, I think she might get paid something, but it probably ain't gonna be that much.
Medical at least, and maybe court costs and attorney fees. But I feel like she's still winning though, because even if she don't get the millions, I inconvenienced you. I forced you to come out of your pocket to have to secure an attorney. So you taking L's on money like that. And in addition, if I win this case, you may not have to offer up millions, but you're going to be offering up something. So she could potentially still get her lesson at the end of the day.
And that's what we're hoping for. Cause I really do feel like she was trying very hard, desperately, to not only be on this show, but exact some revenge against Candace that really was like, girl, what? Like, you the one that lied on that girl's husband and tried to make it seem like he wanted to fuck you. Right. And when it didn't work and you got checked and sideswiped to the next, girl, go on. You're not about to make it here. Your check not about to be here. It seems like you couldn't take that and you decided to act out, and you and Ashley come up with a little plan for you to roll up on Candace, which I wasn't counting on is Kiarna having hands. Y'all weren't counting on that. Y'all thought that everybody was just going to move out of the way as you ran up on Candace, and security might have gotten involved, or Candace would run and cower because she ain't really about that life, especially after she did all of that acting, like she was so scared. And, I'm not shitting, on the whole Monique and Candace situation, because y'all remember sticky notes and all of that. But I think that she made herself seem like she ain't about it like that. So if somebody ran up, she might, not be about it again. Either way, I feel like they set that up, and now they're trying to act like Kiarna was the one that set it up. I think Big Head Ashley had more to do with it than she pretends. But outside of that, in other housewives news, y'all, I think there's a conspiracy against Kenya, and I don't understand what's going on. So first of all, it's the back and forth about whether she, was accused of revenge porn, whether production was angry and wanted to let her go. What happened with her and Love B. Scott? They used to be friends, now they're not.
Yeah,
And
I was definitely wondering that.
Kenya, like, yeah, it's so much shit
Mhm.
going on. And now this week, I was hearing they were saying that her products weren't being sold in Sally's anymore. And in some stores, her products might be going off the shelves, but in other stores, her products are on the shelves and nobody's heard anything about them, being taken off the shelf. I guess it just matters on what market she's in and how she's selling in that particular store.
Mm-hmm.
However, whatever. Um, it just kind of seems like a lot of people making stories about Kenya that may not necessarily be true, but somehow they're still making it to the blogs instead of just media takeout.
They trying to
Yeah.
write Kenya's downfall, I think. I think people are trying to, spin this into, oh my gosh, she's in shambles. Oh my gosh, things just are getting worse for her. And it's really not that deep. I think it's what she said. I think she left the show because of the way that they handled the way that this alleged revenge porn. Did y'all see the
Mhm.
clip of Candy speaking on it about
Which one?
it's been a couple clips, but initially I felt like, and now I'm like kind of changing I'm not even answering your question. Like I partially
Okay.
am. But anyway, initially I was thinking that Candy was just going up for her friend Kenya without really being logical about the situation. But in a recent clip, I can't remember whose show she was on. Anyway, she said that what they could have done was suspended Kenya for like an episode. They could have fined her, or they could have just not shown what had happened on the show, and that they've
Wow.
allowed other things to go on the show. So, like, how can you pick and choose? And all before, I was like, oh, well, it was revenge porn. Like, I get it. But to Candy's point, it's a lot of other things that has happened on the show that they just don't have to air. They've aired physical assault. They've aired her trying to allege that, Candy was going to drug, not her, Phaedra, that Candy was going to drug somebody. So I'm kind of with her on that.
And
Why wouldn't they just
also,
show it?
upon further thought, how is it revenge porn if the shit was already out there?
Right.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know what's the legality behind it because you know what
Yeah,
I
I
just
don't know
thought
if the
about.
laws have caught up.
I don't
I
know.
don't
I
know.
feel like it's still revenge porn, even if you put it out there, even if it's already accessible. I think like
If you
the intent.
reshare it, yeah.
Yeah, I think the
And
intent would still make it revenge porn.
Well, Tierra Marie lost her lawsuit against 50 Cent for a
that's what
similar
I'm thinking.
situation. So I don't know.
Yeah. And that's what makes it confusing for me too, Bondy. Because I'm like, well, he didn't get in trouble, so can you
And if
not?
it's
Because he didn't put it out there. It wasn't it wasn't stuff that originated under him
no, he just
that he put
reshared it.
out. Yeah, he just reshared it. So he wasn't really liable for resharing what's already out there. So that's the same thing with Kenya. So I don't know. I'm
And then Love
confusion.
B. Scott. Love B. Scott was complete. Y'all know how much he has been on her side of things, getting the tea first, talking bad about castmates on her behalf, even when people wasn't fucking with Kenya like that. So for him
Hmm.
to go on and make a public statement basically saying he don't fool with Kenya and her actions at all was given that they're beefing.
Yeah. It was given a little bit of their beefing, and I need to continue to stay in connection with somebody else at the network so that I can continue to provide the exclusives that I need. So whatever you want me to run, I'll go ahead and run that for you. So yikes.
Yeah.
Some going on.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but girl, I guess we'll all find out eventually whenever the show comes out, child.
When do
Because
y'all think it's gonna drop?
who
November?
knows?
2025.
I'm gonna say November. That's when
I,
it
Child,
used to come on.
they still trying to get Phaedra signed on.
Oh,
speaking
girl,
of,
you right.
Porsha said that she's trying very hard to get her on there, and I'm like, I was just wondering because I felt like that to me that should signify that Candy shouldn't be really fucking with Porsha like that. Because to me, if you still not fucking with Phaedra and she fucking with Phaedra, trying to get Phaedra on the show, and true, like there's no need to hold any grudges on for me. I feel like I wouldn't give a fuck. Like I don't care what y'all
Right.
try to do. I ain't on that motherfucker no more. But I also feel like I wouldn't be that cool with Porsha after that. So I just kind of,
Yep.
so that's why I was looking at the situation like, so now you really publicly saying that you're trying to get Phaedra on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And,
Yeah.
Candy, you still cool with her like that?
Like it's giving freaking frack again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we know what happened the
Like,
last time.
yeah, you.
Mhm.
I've had the same feelings.
Yeah, I do want Phaedra to get her a little I help the thoughts know how to carry themselves a little bit better. I want her to do like a lawyer's charm school type thing. Like
Charm
and
school,
one
yeah.
I think it should be a charm school thing, but more so like young women that come into a courthouse over something like they didn't fail because she had a video with Chaotic and the lady was like, my daughter fell in love with this man and he got her on heroin and they stole a car and ran into a tree and now she listen, the lady was telling all of the
All the
business.
business.
And I was just like, Phaedra, you need to do that. All of the baddies girls, all of them girls, you know what I'm saying? Like all of them hoes got charges. Be a like for real lawyer and do like a show of you getting people. And I said it and I was like, I want my money if she do it. Go to WeTV. The people from Love After Lockup. There's always people who got real charges coming up that's on Love After Lockup in your state. All you would have to do is cycle them people to a show with Phaedra where she would be able to, help them and help them get off and give them a little image consultant. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And they
That's a
would
great
like
idea.
her because she a thought, but she's also, let me put a prayer cloth on your knees. Oh, praise Jesus.
Mhm.
I think that's a
But
great idea.
it is. And she should do that. Yeah, I told them that they should clip it and send it to her because I think she should do that. Instead of always trying to get on these housewife shows, go do
Yeah.
something that you could actually do and be successful at because you're not a sharer. You're not a sharer. And people on reality TV
She's not a
like that,
giver of
a
her
giver
own
or a sharer.
information.
Mm-mm.
She could give a service to those people, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what, that's what now she can name it win a case. Bitch dead.
Listen,
Oh Lord.
Oh my
bar
God. Not
none.
win a case. Not bar none. Bitch, Nene used to be slaying them hoes with those. Brittany 12, thank you for the super chat. Jonathan Slip is showing, in my opinion. It's been showing. HFG, thank you for the super chat. Loving the body language analysis. I see it too. Peace to Mateo. Thank you for the super chat. They said a certain AT alien put that Sally story out. This all sounds like a scheme set up by a truly original.
Mm-mm.
Child, I
Sally.
don't know. I don't know
That
why
was Sally
Michelle.
Beauty.
Yeah, I don't know why Michelle won't leave them people alone. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, y'all, let's move on from there. Since we were talking about girl ED, he had ED. Oh my God. Y'all, this is the travesty to the internet, girl. This is giving is like that's what the dick did. The dick came out and it was
Oh.
okay, and it went back down. If it wasn't for the medication, girl, y'all know Porsha and Simon Porsha and Simon have been tiring us the fuck out for the longest now. Okay. And
Get us out the group chat.
please take us out. As of recent, Simon was, trying to fight Porsha on being able to film in their house, also trying to find out what her storyline is, also saying that she cheated on him with Future, Ming Lee,
Future.
and Dennis. Yeah.
Mhm.
Said that she was out here cheating with a whole bunch of people, and he wants to question why she married him if she just married him for his money.
Wait.
Ooh,
Come
Did you
on,
say Ming Lee?
you heard what I said, girl. I
Not
said
the,
Ming
that
Lee.
makes sense why the
Wait.
beefing may be happening with Drew. Girl, let me shut
Wait. No.
What you
Put
mean?
it
What happened? I
tied
saw that
together.
Drew unfollow her. What you mean? Connect it for me.
First of
Tied
all, they
together.
ain't been feeling each other. Drew and Porsha ain't been feeling each other. But what's interesting is Porsha and Ming, I thought was close, and Ming is now
That's true.
dating Ty. And been dating Ty. Some
Yes.
people may just now know about it, but she been dating
Yes.
Ty.
Mimi X.
Yes.
Yes.
Ming Lee.
Yes.
Ming Lee, yes, ma'am. They are. They're kicking it.
Oh,
So I don't
interesting.
know if what is happening here. So now he's saying that Porsha may have dipped over there with Ming Lee, while Ming Lee done dipped over there with Ty. That people are alleging was with Drew, and then
Wait,
now
so
Porsha and Drew ain't talking.
is he saying Porsha messed with Ming Lee or Porsha was
He was questioning the messages surrounding the relationships with a list of people. Future, some nigga named Kelvin, Dennis, another guy, an African, and Ming Lee.
mm, uh.
Child, this is messy here, honey.
And y'all know how Portia liked the kitty click. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did see that when I was getting the piercings. Yep, I remember seeing that.
Child.
Now why you
Ming
gonna let that?
Lee is
Why you gonna
a
let that girl kitty
hairstylist.
click?
Or she used to be a hairstylist. She owns a hair salon. I think she may have dated Rick Ross at one point.
That's how
More
I knew
so a
her.
social media influencer. She was ex best friends. Well, I don't think they friends no more. She was best friends with Karen Civil. Um,
Yep.
and now she's with Ty, who they were trying to connect Miss Drew to at the top of the year. And
Uh-huh.
Simon
Originally,
is
Ming
trying to
Lee was
connect.
supposed to be on the show. Ming Lee is who I heard was
Yes,
in the
Ming Lee's
bucket of
supposed to be
names that
on
was supposed to be on
Yeah,
the show.
Real
I
Housewives.
knew
Yeah.
her from the bundles and I knew her from Rick Ross.
yeah.
Oh,
Child,
Lord.
this is a lot.
It is. I don't know what's going on with nothing. And she friends with Shamia, too, girl.
Yeah, this is a mess here, child. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out depending on who ends up on, this upcoming season. But outside of that, Dennis came out and said you got to give him the hard D and not the ED. Um, said that it wasn't him, but I think that Portia, I think everybody that he probably listed, Portia was either talking to or fucking. And I definitely think she was still fucking Dennis when she was still with Simon. At some point, she was able to go over and pick up PJ and get some of Dennis' young working dick and then go back home to old Daddy Kane over here with his teeth and his liquor breath. I do.
Mhm. I can see that.
I
That's why
do.
she brawling the
Mhm.
fuck out of him on all the posts. Every time she posts something with Dennis, she say hashtag bro, hashtag brother. And it made me think about whenever she first met Simon on camera and she dapped him up. She like went out of her way to
Mhm.
establish like a bro type of thing. And now you like over
Mm.
explaining that Dennis is your bro the same way you dapped that man up and ended up marrying him 2 months later.
I was zapping him up in another way. Noted.
Okay.
Yikes.
Mm. Yeah,
Yikes.
I shouldn't believe these things, but I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. And as some told me when he first called her out about the African, I said he gonna be releasing more than that, and he gonna be just dropping. And that's
I
exactly what
believe
he
him.
doing. And I feel like he's not finished.
Oh no.
I
Simon
think he's
operates
trying to
like a
destroy.
female.
He's been saving information this entire time, girl, saving it, waiting for the appropriate moment to Uno card reverse on that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because as close
He's
as they
trying to
were,
destroy
they
her.
also knew that they could be each other's work. I feel like they never trusted each other. So they both was keeping tabs like, okay, if I need to release this, let me remember.
It's giving met they match is what it's giving.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
why when they beef it, I'm kind of just like, girl, get away from me with this.
Yeah, like leave us out of it. Like we exhausted at this point. And then people get mad because Fallon. Okay. So let's discuss Fallon. Fallon has interviews, the old one and a new one that's out right now, and she
Mhm.
refers to Portia as a licensed prostitute and insinuates that she would beat her ass. And in the old clip, she was like, Portia knows what she did, Simon knows what she did, I know what she did. And I was like, what the fuck did Portia do that Simon did not also do in order for you to be like, oh, ask Simon because Simon knows what she did? Yeah, whatever she was doing, Simon did that shit too.
Right.
Backstabbing and fucking on each other behind your back, they both did that. So when she said it, I felt like it was along the lines of what I had felt I had been hearing from her. It's
Mhm.
like she went from being mad at him as well to now only being mad at Portia, and almost as if Oh, I really love Simon. Girl, please. You was with Simon because he had money too. The fuck is you talking about? Like you,
Yeah.
if she's a prostitute, so are you. Is how I feel.
Yeah. I think she's upset because she expected a way to flip this situation into a bag, and it has yet to pan out. So I think she's still
Oh, that's a
upset
good point.
that Porsha is still going on, and everybody ain't pinned her to a cross and said fuck her, and that's it for her career on reality TV. I think Fallon wanted to flip it into a bag, and it's just not happening.
Yeah, I'm just confused as to why all this animosity with Porsha with a man that was over here supposedly dogging you the hell out. Like, for what? What we doing this for? Let it go. Like, you don't have to, like I said earlier, you don't have to big yourself up like you're the biggest, baddest thing for us. You don't have to do that. And you don't have to give her whatever karma. Porsha getting this shit right now because he's wearing her out. He got her damn storyline tied the hell up too, and he's been all her shit has been coming out on social media. I feel like that may even be a breach of contract of some sort with Bravo because he got them tied the hell up too. They can't really do a whole lot, so he's trying to destroy her. Why do you need to do these countless interviews? And honestly, Fallon, I don't know. I just feel like a long time ago, you should have tried to create a separate name for yourself because now when people see you, it's always Fallon, then Simon, Porsha. It's not just Fallon. Like, it's always going to be tied to Porsha in a sense. I don't know. I think some rebranding should have happened or something. And she tried with Jalen, but I think she should have did it on her own. But I also consistency is key too. So I don't, no.
And she seemed to be one of them, just like Porsha, that don't like to do a lot of work. Y'all just want to be pretty and lay up. Y'all don't really want to have to do any hard work, which is, why we end up with y'all squandering good opportunities over dick. It's weird. We wish y'all would stop doing that. Okay, so moving on from there. So, y'all, why the fuck is Sheree dating Eric, who used to be engaged to Sierra, who is now engaged to a whole nother nigga who she grew up with? And Eric is posting pictures talking about how he dodged a bullet. And she's like, can y'all please tell Eric to leave me and my fiance alone? He continuously posts pictures of me and my fiance. It's embarrassing and it's so crazy. I just want to be left alone. Like, he's in a whole relationship with Sheree, all of that. Okay. He came out and responded and he was like, why would I do that? Well, I only posted the car because that was a car that she'd gotten with my business partner and I was like, boy, what the fuck that got to do with you posting like videos and all of this on your stories talking about you dodged the bullet? Like, this is vindictive, bored, weird nigga shit. I'm about to pull a video up, y'all, so y'all can hear what this stupid ass
30 on the 30th.
Who?
On that post. Thank God I dodged a bullet. 30 on the 30th.
Oh yeah, Eric is supposed to be born in 1993. I think that's what they or something
Eric
like that.
Is the one in this picture to the right.
Girl, yeah, everybody was like, that nigga old, he lying. Hold up, I'm about to pull it up for y'all. Hold up.
He looks every bit of 64.
Not 64. Somebody said 70. It was hilarious to me.
What? It's giving Deacon.
Not it's giving Deacon.
I'm hollering.
I am dead.
What?
I am to the go round, girl. Here you go. Hold up.
A car deal from my old business partners who I actually put on with my old company, who we beefing about. We ain't even beefing. I ain't gonna say beef. But, we solved our differences. We don't fuck with each other no more. It is what it is. And obviously, cool. It's 20,000 dealerships in the United States. Why go to my old business partners who we had issues with to go buy a car and then tag me like you're doing something big? I just said, congratulations. You have every right to get a car from whoever you want to get a car from. If I'm doing all this talking and all this shit that everybody's saying, right, which is not true, how does anybody know who I'm dating or who I'm fucking with? That don't even make sense.
I hate when niggas draw false equivalencies. What are you talking about? Those two things have nothing to do with one another. We could think that you stalking and still know that you out here dating Sheree. Like, niggas multitask.
He look younger on video than he do in that picture.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
It's not
that
giving 30.
Make sense at all. I've never been in a public relationship prior to this one. I wasn't on a major platform, a network as far as TV. So yeah, it comes with a lot with the internet. I never used a woman in my life. I'm a real man, a real boss. 30 years old, born 1993. I'm a pillar provider and a protector. It was more or less a card from my old business partners who I actually put on with my old company, who we beefing about. We ain't even beefing. I ain't gonna say beef.
But it's starting over. But this is what he posted. One of these pictures is what Hershey said. I'm happy. He said, I'm happy my old business partners are getting money. My life moved on and I'm winning. God is so good. Then he posted again and said, thank God I dodged a bullet. 30 on the 30th. She moved fast as fuck. Like at this point, you're obsessed. And then I guess this was him partying with Sheree in order for us to know that he's dating Sheree. This was like a little get together at Sheree house.
So Sheree is dating 30-year-old allegedly.
Come on,
Allegedly
please
to
pull it
both
out.
things. The 30-year-old and allegedly dating.
That's low-key stalking his ex.
Sheree.
Girl. And wasn't Martell low-key stalking his ex too? Girl, get a clue.
My thing is how you got 2 honorary doctorates and you still messing with these type men. Stop dating these reality men. Go get you somebody in Africa.
And
you ain't got to know African?
From a Christian school like that, bitch.
Okay.
Dr. Sheree with
This is the Lord.
Stop letting these people use you like that, Sheree. But Sheree came out and said that she's single. She ain't that ain't her man. I guess she learned from Martell when Martell was over there not claiming her when she was claiming him on Housewives of Atlanta.
This picture of him to the right. This picture look like he got the age filter on it.
No, not the age filter.
Hey, he got the lines in his forehead.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all got anything else on these people? Okay, moving on. So y'all, Erica Mena and Safari are arguing on the internet once again. And honestly, I don't even know why. I'm glad we had a break from them. We hadn't heard from them in a minute. So I was glad we had a break, unlike Porsha and Simon, stupid ass. But either way, they're in the news this week because Erica Mena put Safari on blast because for some reason he's not grooming their child adequately for her when he has the kids. Okay. And this is another thing that happened. Hold up, I'm about to share the screen. Give me a moment. Oh, wait. But y'all could tell it's one of them niggas that only go pick up their kids so that they don't look like a deadbeat to everybody, but they still really a deadbeat and everybody know it. All right, here's what it said. So Safari said this shit.
Biggest struggle or obstacle you ever had to overcome?
Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat. Like, I was with Nikki, we broke up. So her fans and certain people, they just wanted it to be like, okay, they're not together no more. Him, let him be nothing, let him disintegrate, let him disappear, whatever. But 9-10 years later, 10, 15 TV shows later, a lot of music out later, doors up later, cribs, like, I'm still here. And, you know, some people don't like that. They're like, damn, why are you still paying attention to this? When me and Nikki first broke up and she got with Meek and they were like the biggest in the world and we was all beefing and shit, you got to think about it. I had 2 of the biggest people in the world like against me. So that made everybody be against.
Would you say your biggest struggle or obstacle you
against me?
Right, the whole industry.
Yeah, so it was like nobody wanted to be next to me. Nobody wanted to like work with me or none of that. So it just made everything hard. And I was like, that was a dark time for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's really affected you. Do you wish like you had kept your relationship with Nikki a secret?
Even nobody knew until after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he did.
You guys, you couldn't like kiss in person or like show affection.
Hell no. That wasn't even a thought against me.
Right. The whole industry.
All right. So Erica said, I will forever be embarrassed. I gave sis these incredible, beautiful babies. He don't even talk or care about his seeds this much online or in real life. So she like, he on here crying about a bitch leaving him. What about these kids, nigga? What about these children? What about me, Safari? What about me? And then she said that he wasn't taking care of the children and wasn't combing their hair. This one right here. So yeah, she said, I already be having to eat shit. how you purposefully dress my kids so sloppy and cheap because you know that's the one thing I take pride in outside their education. You literally do nothing for them outside of CS. You don't pay for school. You don't pay for healthcare, but yet you claim you sell it. Their activities, you don't do anything to chip in for help for their
That sound like a
birthdays.
martyr.
I was
They
thinking
always
it was giving
they
them more.
always sounding alike. Think about it. Remember when she used to be going off on Rich Dollars all the time?
Yep.
Child,
Yeah, she did. I could see her
listen.
mouth now. Ugh.
Like crying and spit all over the place. Anyway, she was going in. It ended with, "Did grandma and auntie not feel the need to grab a comb for your baby, sis?" Okay, calling him sis is hilarious.
It
Okay,
is.
it's hilarious. I don't care. So yeah, she went on. Okay, how did no one thought to take my baby braid, wash his hair, especially since he was in and out a chlorine pool? Sis, Safari, you have no problem making sure you a bad bitch at all times. Why can't my babies be dressed and groomed properly like you do for you when you have them? A part of being a bad bitch, this is really taking care of your kids is where I draw the line.
Mm.
So yeah, y'all, that girl. This is why I feel like you can't, it's sad because honestly, y'all, even though I don't really like Erica, I still feel like that nigga tricked her.
What you mean?
Maybe not with the second baby, but I
Oh.
think he made her feel safe. I think that you pursued her for over a year. She
Mhm.
wasn't paying attention to you. You finally got her. You courted her. Y'all dated for a short period of time, but long enough for you to get engaged, have the big, beautiful wedding, tell her you want a family, and she gave it to you. And then now
Yep.
you turn around and act like I don't want this shit. So I do feel like in some way it's not like she did not make him work for it, so to speak,
Mhm.
because I think
Mhm.
she did at some point. But I just kind of feel like Safari never had a father in his life like that. And I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm saying he don't have the capacity because he didn't see it. He didn't see it. He don't know how to do it. If it get hard, he running. That's what niggas in his life do.
Mm.
I felt some
I
type of way about this.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Um, I I felt like I was supposed to get to the point to where I would be like, yeah, fuck Safari, but I could never get to that point because I feel like Erica is using this to make herself look like she cares about her black ass children's hair because she called that lady a monkey last season and lost all them fucking
Ooh.
brand deals. So I think she's coming on here to
Yikes.
prove like black people, look how they're doing my black babies. And as a mother of brown skinned kids, I'm gonna make sure they straight, even though I just called this black woman a monkey. So I think that this is a form of projection and a stunt, low key. You might be
Mm.
mad at Safari, but you also want some credit for trying to make sure that your black kids look good. And for me, I'm like, I still can't feature you.
You're not wrong because I instantly thought, oh, she was trying to make it a point for y'all to know that as a non-black mother, she makes sure her kids' hair is combed. So what the fuck wrong with y'all black asses? Okay, that's what it felt like she was saying
I
to
think
me.
that was a good point. That was a really good point. I do agree with that point, and I also agree with they should have washed their goddamn baby hair after he got out that pool
I
with that
agree.
chlorine. And if they weren't gonna braid it, at least condition it, do something. They could have done better with that. I mean, I feel like she's sending her kids to you. They're your children too. Then send the kids back the same as she gave them to you, if not better. Come on now.
And on some level, when she said he do it to spite her, I low key believe that
Mm-hmm.
because he's the type.
Like you do it. You do it. You
Loki,
do
he
it.
got a catfish face, Bondy.
He do.
Jesus.
He always got them sunglasses on. And he don't have a space. He definitely has the catfish face. It's a damn shame. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna do one more like the video, and we're gonna get into the last topic. We is not holding y'all all night tonight. Okay, girl. So here's the thing. This is not one of the biggest stories on the blogs right now, but Jamie and I want to know why.
Yeah.
Okay, we really trying to get some understanding about why JT Jackson, Kevin Hart's friend, who he accused of extortion, who has been completely exonerated.
What?
Why this is not one of the biggest stories that Kevin Hart has seemingly, I think, accused two people wrongfully of extortion? Because I explained to everybody when the shit happened with Tasha that that's not how that works. Anybody that was really paying attention to what was going on, Tasha had already taped that interview. If you want somebody not to post the interview they've already paid to tape, then you have to pay them for what they would have made and how much it costs for them to put that show on in the first goddamn place. You don't just, oh no, girl. Oh no. Girl, I don't know. That better be
What's going on?
fireworks. It better be
Uh-oh.
fireworks.
I hear it.
I hear it too.
Uh,
Hold up. Let me see. The fuck?
Whoa.
oh shit. Oh, that's
It sounds
fireworks.
like fireworks.
That's
Yeah.
fireworks.
I was looking trying to see. Because I can't see no fireworks, but you hoes need to stop. It is July 11th. Cut it at 10 p.m. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? That was
No, for
supposed to be
real.
gunshots. The fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway. So yeah, Kevin out here extorting people. I mean, lying, saying that other people extorting him. So here's the thing. So Kevin had cheated. Y'all remember when Kevin was in that video banging the fuck out that lady in that hotel room? He was banging the fuck out that lady against the headboard, and the phone was on the
He's fucking a
ground.
lady in
And
the car too, right?
yes, there was one in the car as well.
Ah,
But it was all during. Yeah, I remember the one in the car too. It was during the
Mhm.
time that Aniko was pregnant. Aniko was
Yes.
absolutely pregnant, and he was out here slinging that dick every which way. And some people said that he recorded himself and put it out himself to either make himself the victim or to help blow his career up even more. Child, not Larry getting up to
I
go look
heard
out.
he did it because somebody was threatening to do it. So he put it out.
Somebody was threatening to put it out in the comments under a post or something like that.
mm-hmm.
But essentially he came out with a message and killed it for everybody, but then they put the video out anyway. Either way, some people think that was his lawyers that actually threatened him in the comments.
Possibly. I feel like, I mean, for me, I think it was somebody from his team, because most of the time a person's going to do that privately. So why would y'all do that publicly? That happened publicly so that y'all could start to shift the narrative from it being about what Kevin did and more so about him being the victim. But what you mentioned, Bondy, was interesting, like to blow up his career. Interesting, because how else will his
Also,
career blow up more aside, besides making him a victim of that situation, which was already a scheme and a plan to set JT up from the beginning.
but also everything is always to make
It's a lot.
Kevin look good. Kevin can't look, and I feel like that's a thing for Kevin. Kevin is irrational about trying to make sure he doesn't look bad. And I think when it came to cheating on Aniko, he was out of control of himself. I think there was a level of alcoholism going on, and he was just out here doing whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I think that when he tried to clean it up, the best way to clean it up was to make it seem like people were extorting him. And yeah, I'm a star, I made a mistake, but look at how they're doing me. He needed a way to make himself a victim in that scenario in some type of way. As far as helping his career is concerned, I'm wondering if things were looking bad after the car accident in the video. Because it's
I
the
was
car
about to bring that up.
accident. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to figure out how all these things connect because they all sound similar. I feel like I'm being reminded of more than one instance of Kevin being the victim of someone close to him, and I felt like that happened with the cheating situation, and something like that happened with the car. But I thought it was a situation where it was Kevin driving the car, but then his friend took the blame, and then
Right.
him and the friend fell out. Is what I was thinking. I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know. I don't know if we know who he was in the car with. If I
We
don't
still
know.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we know. We just know he got out the car and walked home, and then the police, came to the house. And by that time, they couldn't test him for anything because you have to test the person on the scene. So I think there was a lot that he was doing in order to curtail being held responsible for being high or drunk and driving and crashing his car. I think that he was spiraling. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he was spiraling at the time, and I think that because he was still in movies and shit, we may not perceive it as a bad time, but he might have been getting messages like, "Hey, bro, you fucking up right now." Like we keep putting shit, under wraps, but it's still hitting the blogs. This is still gonna hit you up if you don't stop. So I do feel like there might have been some cleaning up on behalf of the people that put so much money into Kevin. Kevin's trying to be, a billionaire. And when you're trying to be a billionaire, that means there's a whole bunch of rich motherfuckers putting money into you so that you can become that. So, they might want to make sure that you don't necessarily get in trouble for certain things. And another thing that when I was watching Jamie's video earlier, lawyer was talking about was Kevin having like judges and lawyers and shit that he can go to specifically to get whatever he wants to get done as it pertains to the court system. And we've heard about this. We talk about this all the time, but it's like nobody really listens when it's the women, because y'all think everybody's trying to get a money grab out of these people. But y'all don't realize that they feel like they can just do anything and cover it up. And to me, that's what this, feels like, this situation. And I think it's crazy that more people haven't been talking about it. And I think it's crazy how now that we're seeing the pattern, Kevin has had some serious shit come out about him over the past few years. And every time that shit gets thrown on,
thrown under the rug. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's crazy. And now I'm thinking about of course he tried to get Tasha with the extortion situation. It's like, why everybody extorting you though? Why is everybody extorting you? And I had saw those videos that I showed them, like I think it could have been last year or earlier this year. And I was like, dang, so you mean to tell me they dropped the stuff like a year later or a year and a half later after all of that went down? Why ain't nobody talking about it? The interview don't even have that many views. If you go now and you see it has hundreds of thousands, it's only because I think because now he's suing Kevin Hart, as he should. And even in his messaging, so of course he's suing Kevin Hart because once everything was dismissed, the charges were dropped, dismissed, and also they tried to, even though they dismissed the extortion charges, they tried to keep a identity theft charge on him to try and take JT down for something, I guess, to try and validate Kevin's story. But I guess that didn't stick because it didn't even make sense to the extortion situation. But anywho, after that happened, he and Kevin had a settlement. So when I hear settlement, I feel like you are guilty of something, you know that you are, and let's settle this out of court so everybody, it don't blow up to be bigger than what it is. So, and with that, Kevin was supposed to, I guess, pay some money. And also was supposed to clear that man's name on his social media. And he didn't necessarily clear his name. He said it like, oh, he was found not guilty or whatever. He didn't, I don't think he full out said he didn't do it. But how he worded it was like, oh, he was found not guilty. I'm glad that I could finally talk about what I couldn't talk about. But even though they're saying he's not guilty, I still feel like he is. It was like he was trying to still make himself a victim in the situation. And so, oh, buddy is like, nah, we're not doing that. These were the words you agreed to put on your page. You did not do that, nor did you do that in the video post that you made. So you violated the contract. It's a breach of contract. And now I'm finna sue you on top of that. You already ain't been paying how you supposed to pay me. So I'm with JT on that. How do you set your friend up of 15 to 16 years?
It makes me
That's
wonder
crazy.
what he might, because I feel like JT is good at other things. I think that I think you have to be jealous of your friend on some level. And I know people are going to think and say, why would he be jealous of JT when he has so much? But you never realize what people envy of you until they have things happen in their life. They get on, they realize that sometimes that amount of fame is imprisonment. It's not always the freedom that people think it is, because a lot of the times it's not being able to do the shit that you want to do simply because of what your image, has to have happen in order for you to get where you're trying to go. That shit can be stifling. And I think that when you are the friend of the person, you can be close to the access and not have all of those parameters on your life in the same way. And I think as being his close friend, there are times where Kevin probably was jealous of JT. And so I think it was something he was like in his mind plotting, like, I'm gonna get this nigga back on some level. I'm gonna get this nigga back. Because when he said that he never talked to him, like he never said anything to him in his face about it, I was just like, damn, never even a phone call to say, hey, nigga, you extorting me? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, no conversation. That's how you know that you setting your friend up, because you don't want to even see him face to face, because whatever reason you doing this shit for is not right.
Didn't Monique say he did her like that though?
Yeah,
well,
he
it was
kinda. It's
he
his team.
offered to do something, talk to her face to face. Then
then
when the time
reneged.
came and she but he never spoke to her about that again face
Nope,
to face.
they just
He
never talked
cowered.
again. Yep.
Yeah, they never talked again. And JT is saying he never even addressed him about the extortion type of thing. It's just something that happened behind the scenes. He didn't want the
Right.
confrontation.
And that's something with a person you've been friends with for over a decade. You should be able to go to them, even if you cussing them out about it. There should have been some type of communication, because you're gonna be that upset about it. The fact that y'all didn't have a talk with JT is enough for me to believe there was a talk with the team that created this story, in my opinion, and said, hey, let's put this comment under your post in an effort to divert the attention away so people can start saying, oh, y'all saw the comment, somebody's trying to extort Kevin, and da-da-da-da-da. And it just, went from there. It was definitely a scheme, in my opinion. That's some
Always
nasty
a
work.
scheme.
I think Kevin is full of himself in the worst way.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it when J. Cole had him on that song, Kevin's Heart.
Oh, I love that song though. She
I
my
love the
number
song.
one. I don't need nothing on the side. That's my shit.
I love that song. But when he flipped it to that, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this how you gonna spend? Okay.
Somebody. I got an in the blunt smoke. Listen, she got one friend
Yeah.
that Lova. That's my shit. Anyway, yeah, y'all. So Kevin is out here getting away with lying on people is what it seemed like. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't sue me. I don't have anything for you to take. QC, thank you for the super chat. Set up a production company and shop your ideas. Who, me? I know I should.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
to
should.
Mateo. Thank you for the super chat. New York, don't claim Eric. He need oil of Olay. Listen, moisturize, good sir. You're too young for that look. Bio Miss Flores, thank you for the super chat. Boo, Safari is just Drake had an authentic Safari
It
is
is.
like if Drake had a authentic Jamaican accent.
Jamaican
Yeah.
The
accent.
same.
Mm-mm.
It's
One and the same.
absolutely, yeah, it's sad too. That's sad that that's an equivalent, because like one person is missing one parent of full melanin and the other one is not. And that just says a lot about the lame level. You know what I'm saying? The lameness level is really off the Richter scale when it comes to Safari and Drake. It's very sad. But either way, y'all, that's all I got for y'all tonight. That's all I got for y'all. We are not about to hold y'all. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you support everybody's channel. Follow us all, because the following episodes of the Ooh Ladies First Panel will be on Necey and Jami's channels. So make sure you're subscribed to their channels as well. Make sure that you follow, that you share, that you clip, help the girl out. You know what I'm saying? And we will see you guys in the next video, whichever one you see us for, girl. We'll see y'all.
Shout out to you.
Shout out.
Shout out to Houston.
Yeah, shout out to Houston, all the people affected by the hurricane and everything. Prayers with y'all. Okay, y'all be cool by the pool, fool.